It'll take him a few rounds to figure Usyk's movement, but I think
pro boxing fans, we're here in Riyadh. With me, Dalton Smith. Dalton, a big fight, big occasion, big game being announced on for October 11th. How are you, sir? How's things?
Yeah, I'm all good. Like you said, big week.
Let's talk about firstly why we're here. The game Undisputed, obviously, they sort of introduced you towards the end of the press conference as well. But Undisputed coming out on the PS5, Xbox, October 11th. How big is this for just boxing fans, for people who've been waiting for a game for years?
I think it's massive. The first boxing game in over 10 years since Fight Night Champion. So, there's going to be some excited people, especially the big gamers. I played the game myself, and I think someone's actually got me on the game there now. So, yeah, and to have yourself as a character in the game, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, and sometimes it's a pinch me moment. You're in a boxing game, but I've seen the development from the early stages to what it is now with Undisputed, and how far it's come, and the effort what's been put into it, the people what's come into it. It's unbelievable.
What character are you, or which fighter are you going to be picking when you play this game?
I'm going to pick myself.
Apart from yourself.
Do you know what? There's too many to choose from. He likes Canelo Alvarez, Tyson Fury, or Toro Gattis, all the legends growing up, Joe Calzaghe. There's too many to name. I'm going to probably spend a good few hours on there.
Dalton, we need to talk, before I talk about yourself, I need to talk about the big fight this week, tomorrow night, the biggest fight in the heavyweight division in 25 years. Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk. There's a lot of talk about, and I'm going to run through a few narratives that are being played for this fight. First of all, a lot of people are talking about Tyson Fury maybe struggling against small movers. That's something that Tony Bellew's alluded to. Have you seen enough of that in Tyson's career?
I mean, I have always said, you've got to see from the past performances, and Fury has struggled a little bit with shorter southpaws, but I think he's got the experience over them years now. He knows what he needs to do, and I've said the prediction before. Now I think it's going to be a close fight, but I can see if Fury points win, if not a late stoppage.
A lot of talk about Oleksandr being a little bit weak to the body. Is that something that Tyson should be targeting to just to test the waters?
Yeah, I mean that's a weakness what Usyk's shown. You've seen that in a couple of fights. So I think that's definitely something Fury's going to be aiming for. But they both got great teams. I'm sure they're both going in there with good game plans. Just who can execute it the best.
Would you be targeting Tyson's eye? See if that opens up?
I mean, talking from my experience, having a few cuts in my fights, it's boxing. Sometimes the other guy will come off second best. But the cuts are obviously going to be a weakness, but and you've got to make contact to open them. So I don't think I think Fury's going to have a lot more in his mind to try and open one of his cuts.
Fair enough. Let's talk about. Just give me your thoughts on how the fight's going to go. Prediction on this fight tomorrow night.
I think it's going to be a nip and tuck early on in the fight. I think Fury it'll take him a few rounds to figure Usyk's movement. But I think the longer the fight goes on, I think the size of Fury, he's very good at manipulating with his lead hand, his shoulder rolls. So I think the size is going to get to Usyk later down as the rounds go on.
Let's talk about yourself. Last time around, you put in a devastating performance against Zabeda, and a lot of people are calling this the fight that was going to push you onto bigger and better things. Looking back at it now, what's the latest in regards to yourself? There's certain names being bandied about, Regis Prograis being one of them. What's the latest with yourself?
Yeah, so we've got nothing penciled in at the minute. Obviously, I've got the purse bids coming up for the European title, so we'll see where we go with that. But of course, the names you say, Regis Prograis, some big American names there. It's exciting times, and obviously putting a great performance in last. I want to build on that momentum. So, yeah, nothing's penciled in yet, but I'm expecting a big year, 18 months, and I want to be pushing on to those world titles now.
I want to ask you, has the whole situation with obviously Adam Azim was a fight that a lot of people, it got called for the European, but a lot of people are looking forward to. We know what's happening with that. I think he's suffering from an injury right now as well. But did that annoy you at that time? Were you annoyed, or was it like, listen, if he doesn't want it, let's move on to the next one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm never going to lose sleep over a fight and not wanting to take a fight. You know, I focus on my own career. You know, if that fight happens down the line, you know, that's a bonus. But of course, with his injury, I wish him a speedy recovery with that. But yeah, like I said, Mike, there's plenty of fights out there to be made. If the Adam Azim happens later down the line, it's a bonus. But Junaid just trying to get his 5 minutes a moment again.
All right, cool. I think that, yeah, so.
But yeah, it's exciting times for me. But, you know, I'm going to enjoy Riyadh while I'm here, enjoy the fight tomorrow. And yeah, big up.
Listen, enjoy it like you are going to do. Good luck with everything that happens in regards to like planning your next fight and everything else, and no doubt we'll be there to inspire you close to the fight day. Thank you very much for talking to Pro Boxing Fans. Dalton Smith, always a pleasure, mate.